How do we get it fast? And the lesson I learned some years ago was a principle I call running at the dog. I was just started running, and I was from New York. I was living in New York at the time where I'm from, and I, was doing these races, and I was real, gotta win type of thing. And I had a basic philosophy and a strategy for winning races. It was very, very simple. I was pretty fast, but I had to have a strategy. And the strategy was I had to find a race with about 20 people in it, of which 18 had some sort of physical disability. And if I could find that race, then I had a really good chance of finishing in the top 3. That was my basic approach to winning a race. And so I found this race in the Cumberland Mountains in Maryland. Had about 20 people. And it was a great, beautiful little 10K run, beautiful countryside. So I get to the starting line, I'm dressed up like a New Yorker, my high-tech watch and my $200 running shoes and my, everything all looking sharp, ready to get in there. I turn to my right, hey, how do you do? What's your name? Clarence. Hi, Clarence, I'm Paul, nice to meet you. He's dressed up like in Bermuda shorts and flip-flops or something, I don't know. He's like a local Cumberland Mountains guy, right? Of course, you know who beat who, that goes without saying, but the interesting part of the story was the race itself. Going over these sort of rolling hills, beautiful countryside, green estates, kind of pretty nice, well-to-do area outside of Washington, D.C. and Baltimore, Maryland. And we're running along fine, everything's going along, we're doing nice pace. All of a sudden, from the back of one of these big estate houses comes this huge dog, like a Marmaduke-looking dog, huge, coming right at us, barking its head off, spitting the spew, like spraying out spit as it came at us, looking really vicious. Clarence looks at the dog, we're running along, he immediately goes off the course, runs at the dog, and punches him in the head. This is a true story. The dog is totally freaked out, as you can imagine, and takes off in the other direction, of which I'm like, yeah, this is a good thing. And he goes, Paul, I didn't want to have to hit that dog. And I said, you did a good thing. Okay, don't worry about it. That was a really beautiful thing. So now, the greatest record I have in 35 years of running is not the 100-miler, not the 50-milers, not winning a couple of races here and there, but my greatest achievement, I've never been bit by a dog. That's a pretty great achievement. I've run in 50 states, in every province in Canada. I've run all over the world. I've run in junkyard places that you wouldn't even walk because I'm running. I've never been bit by a dog, and I've been chased, but here's the secret. When you run at the dog runs away. And so I want to ask you, are you ready to run at the dog? Have you looked at the things that you want to change to maximize your potential? To be who you are, to really be that next step. Are you ready to run at the dog?